I wanted to create this quick video just to touch on the importance of check-ins, especially as we work together on your fitness goals. Why do we do check-ins? So without clear direction and guidance, people fall off their plans, they don't see progress, or they can feel discouraged. And it's a crucial component to getting you from A to B. When used properly, check-ins promote plan adherence, supporting motivation. It keeps focus on the steps in hand to achieve your goals and also can supercharge your results. So there's a few main benefits of check-ins which I'll talk to at slightly more length. So you've got the accountability aspect, progress tracking and celebrating wins, learning you, which is personalized adjustments and early problem solving. There's the element of building trust between client and coach. Then there's the area of feedback and achieving longer term goals. If not clear, check-ins are one-to-one formal sessions. We'll review your nutrition, your workouts, and ultimately how your body composition is getting along. We'll assess your weekly scale weight to see if that trend is positively suited or not. The main focus of a check-in will essentially be body composition. So is your body looking noticeably better towards your goals? And we'll complement that with the scale weight just to see if we're trending in the right direction. Because the ultimate goal is looking better and feeling better within your own physique. And that's irrespective of whether your number on the scale says 70 or 100. It's aesthetic. The second crucial component of a check-in is to further understand you, how your body reacts to the plan at hand, the nutrition, the session loads, and also tailoring that around your lifestyle and supporting your own particular mindsets, support adherence towards the plan. So therefore, check-ins become a crucial component of the process. You ultimately get out whatever you put into the process. So that's your transparency, your honesty, your accuracy, and your effort are all crucial to how closely we can work together. And it's in the development of that relationship that we can really catapult results towards success. So just touching on those prior components in greater detail. So accountability. So a core component of the coaching service is having an objective and knowledgeable view on your strategy, but also on your efforts. As individuals, we all try and find the path of least resistance. It's just how our brain is wired. So sometimes when we do that, we can cut corners. We can sometimes fall off the high standards we want and settle for slightly less. And ultimately, it's my job as a coach to maintain those standards, to keep it objective, to tell you when things aren't as optimal as they can be, and to increase your outputs just that extra amount for the standard you've agreed to based on the goals that you've set, but also to raise you up to the standard that is required to get that job done. So number 2 is progress tracking and celebrating wins. So as touched upon, the check-in process is a formal check-in where we'll discuss your week prior and compare that to the weeks beforehand. We're looking for progress. And as mentioned, that can be a body composition, that can be on habit formation, scale weight can be a trend as well. We're looking for stronger adherence, we're looking for progressive overloading sessions, and we're looking to sharpen the edges to get you to that next level. So we do this quantitatively and we do this qualitatively. So first, quantitatively, so that's with numbers. We look at your weight trend based on your daily scale inputs and compare that week on week. Are we trending on a weekly average down, or are we trending on a weekly average up? Now, whether that's a success or a fail depends on the phase that you're in. If you're cutting, you want to decrease your weight week on week. If you're bulking more time, you want to increase your weight week on week. Another quantitative factor will be on your session outputs. So we're looking for progressive overload. Are we increasing the lifts? Are we getting stronger? Are we increasing our reps? Those are the quantitative outputs that we're looking for. In terms of the qualitative outputs, a lot of this will be based on your subjective inputs that you put into the check-in form. So how well have you slept? How well have you handled stress? How motivated are you? How accurate have you been with the plan? How hungry have you been? All of these elements are super crucial. And then it's my job to take those and tweak the plan accordingly to keep you motivated, to keep you sufficiently energized. And again, being objective here is one of the core components of my job. To hold you accountable to that standard and to tweak as required in order to get you towards your goal. And then also it's having that person to share those wins with. So we achieve more as a team versus as an individual. And this is backed by studies. So when there's wins, you share it with each other. You create that buzz. You continue that motivation, you continue that progress. And sometimes as individuals, we're very hard on ourselves. So week on week, we might not see the progress, whereas your coach can. Maybe your coach can see that your waist is tapering. Maybe there's slightly more of a muscular build around your shoulders. Even the smaller things like greater adherence to your diet, to your plan. You showed up more times this week than last week. Your attitude and behavior seem better. Very crucial components, which maybe as individuals would skate over and just take for granted. Your coach can give you that positive feedback, and that positive feedback can compound and you build momentum, feel good for it, and continue with the plan. So number 3, learning you. So that's personalized adjustments and early problem solving. As mentioned previously, the check-in is about learning you, learning your tissue type, learning how your body responds to stimulus. also how well your body recovers. Now this can be all bespoke to you, your lifestyle, your DNA. Therefore, the standard cookie cutter template is not going to work. What works for him might not work for you, might not work for her. Therefore, we learn together, and as the weeks go on, the more I understand about you, the more you understand about yourself. The plan can change and adapt to support you around your lifestyle to ultimately get you to where you need to go. And without this bespoke feature, at times you can feel like you're pinning the wind, for lack of a better word, as you're following generic advice you've seen on TikTok, but they're not manifesting into the results that you need. There are small tweaks that people need, which will go a long way, and we learn that together through the check-in process. Number 4, building trust in the client-coach relationship. This ties a lot of it together. The more you trust your coach, the more you ultimately open up, the greater results you will achieve together as well. So this becomes very important, especially the more misinformation is shared on social media, popular trends and fads which go viral because they're different, quirky. So therefore, building that trust with your coach cuts out all of that noise. It keeps you on track, stops distractions, stops second guessing, keeps you objective in your goals, keeps you working towards what works for you as an individual. It's like any relationship, this takes time to build, but when the trust is there and you can fully offload that responsibility to your coach, it's a bliss feeling. You follow the plan, you trust it, you don't have to think about the ins and outs. And when you reach that point, that's the pinnacle of the service. If you're struggling during the week, if you're having some mental health battles, if you're not sleeping well, these are all crucial components which you might not want to open up to everyone about. When you trust your coach and you understand the process and how these inputs can affect the output, over time you'd hope that that relationship can build and your coach can support you in a myriad of ways, taking it back a bit the intensity to facilitate more recovery, more time for sleep. Whether that's providing tools, support, resources to aid your mental health, maybe it's giving you a strategic refeed week. Everything's going to be tailored to you, everything's going to be different by the individual. But the more open and trustworthy that communication, the better the results can be. And then number 5, feedback and how that facilitates long-term success. So during your check-ins, you're going to gain valuable insight and feedback, help you learn, help you adjust, and ultimately help you towards longer-term success. Learning from one another and having that objective voice towards your goals. So if you're operating at a 7, but you need to be a 10 in order to lose weight for a holiday you've got coming up, having that trust with your coach, you can be more open about it, you can be more vocal about it. And you need to hear that sometimes. Because like I say, we like to cut corners. I'm guilty of that myself. People hold me to higher standards which allow me to achieve more in my own areas that I'm working for. Similar with my clients, the ones that have the best success, we have more of an open dialogue. I can tell them when they're doing well, I can tell them when they need to perhaps pull their finger out. So that feedback element is going to be crucial from you going good to great and continuing that momentum for improvement. So here's a few tips on how you can get the most out of your check-ins. So 1, be honest and transparent. So the more I know, the more I can assist you. If I'm in the dark, I can't help you with those elements. Number 2, ask questions. A check-in is not a report, it's a conversation. If you're going to take forward some of the points for you to improve on, you need to understand them first. So make sure you're asking questions and understanding every aspect that I'm giving you feedback on. If you don't understand it, just ask, I'll explain it. Number 3, sharing the wins. Every win is a big win. Even the small things like you got out of bed earlier or you completed your step count for the first time in 2 weeks. Sometimes these small wins, they take a lot of effort to get. So share them in, celebrate them together, build that positive momentum and take it forward, compound it. Number 4, touched upon share challenges. So if you're having a tough week, if you've got hurdles coming up in the week ahead, feed that into me. We can be reactive together, we can work it out. We can forward plan the sessions around these things to ensure that it has limited disruption. So number 5, final tip, be consistent and reject perfection. Good 100 times beats perfect once. You need to compound the wins day in, day out. You need to show up and do your best, learn and go again. But being good is far more important than being perfect. Showing up is far more important. So again, just build that positive momentum and keep taking it forward. So to conclude, check-ins aren't just about me giving you numbers. It's about creating that open channel to give us the tools to move forward towards your goals. The more honest, detailed, accurate and consistent the check-ins can be, the better results and feedback you'll get from your coach. And the faster we can troubleshoot, adapt, continue to build momentum and build habits towards your goals. So hopefully that's clear. Any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I look forward to the next check-in.